Good morning students, a warm welcome to Sheba online class. So our fifth chapter is going on. The topic is monetary economics. Okay, so we are learning everything about the money only in this topic. Okay, so in this you are going to see about the supply of money. Okay, so money, that means everyone, for every need, money is very important. Okay, so the question will raise, where did we get this printed? Means in the paper only we are printing and we are using that is as a money only. So we may be having a one big question, where does this money come from? So this everything, the coins, everything that we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, let us move to the chapter. Money supply means the total amount of money in an economic. So economic, I told you, that means financial everything. So the overall, the total money only we are going to see. It refers to the amount of money which is in circulation in an economic at a given time. So I told you, in a given time only, it may be a year, it may be a month, it may be a day, whatever it is. In the given time only, that circulation of the money it is used. Okay, so money supply plays a critical role in the determination of the price level. So money supply, that means this plays a very critical role that they are saying for the determination of the price. Determination means தீர்மானம், அந்த விலையுடைய தீர்மானம் பண்றதுக்கு இந்த மணி வந்து ஒரு கிரிட்டிக்கல் ரோல் நல்லா இது பண்ணுதான். Sorry, critical role we say. And interest rates. Money supply viewed at a given point of time is a stock and over a period of time is a flow. Means another one they have given the explanation what it is said. That means money supply views at a given point of time. Given point of the time they used to say see the view of the money supply, how much it is supplied, and that stock, given time is a stock and over period is a flow. Given time is a stock they are said, and then other time it is, so period of time is known as a flow. Okay, so now let us see the meaning of money supply. In India, currency notes are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, I told you before itself, while starting, where do we get that printed notes, everything, coins, everything. So this currency notes, everything we get from the Central Bank of India, that means Reserve Bank of India. So for in the short form we say as an RBI. That means in India, currency notes are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Where did we get? Reserve Bank of India. And coins are issued by the Ministry of Finance. So where do we get these coins? Everywhere it is issued, everything means the Ministry of Finance. Government of India, that means in the short form they are given as an GOI. Okay. Beside this, the bank balance is saving or current account deposits held by public in commercial bank is also considered money. Not only this one, that means the currency note we get from the Reserve Bank of India, then the coins, everything from the Ministry of Finance, that Government of India, rest everything, others also, that the people, those who deposit the money in the private banks as well as the commercial bank also we used to deposit now to save our money. So that is also used for the finance. Okay, so these currency notes are also called as flat money and legal tenders. So those the peoples, those who used to save the money in the commercial bank, it is also, that is considered as the public, that means we are the public only, no. So our saving, whether we are deposit in the commercial bank, it is known as the flat money and the legal tenders that we say. So money supply is a stock variable. Money stock, that stock, that means wherever we may be as a deposit, whatever it is variable they are saying. That means RBI publish information for 4 alternative measures of money supply. That means Reserve Bank India, they publish the information. What they have published the information? For the 4 alternative measures, they used to measure the money that as an 4 alternative. Now that means M1, M2 and M3 and M4. So for that explanation they have given. So let us see this one. That means here, see, that is given M1. So what is the M1? That means that in M1 it will come as the currency, coins and demand deposits. Is it clear, children? In M1, that means money supply, I told you it was the 4 alternatives they are given. First one it is that M1. In that M1 what it will come? Currency, coins and demand deposits. Okay. Then second one, M2 is equal M1. That means M2 as well as an M1. That what they have given? Saving deposits. That means saving deposit with post office saving banks. Some of the people they used to deposit the money in the post office everything. Okay, so that it comes in this one. That means saving deposit either it may in the bank, commercial bank we saw, and with the post office saving bank also. So in M3 is equal M2. That means time deposits of all commercials and cooperative banks. So that means the money which is invested in the saving in the commercial banks as well as the cooperative banks. So M4 is equal M3 it is given. So what it comes in this one? Total deposit with the post office. Whatever the savings everything it is a deposit in the post office. So M1 and M2 are known as narrow money. That means M1 and M2 what it will come? M1 I have given, that means currency coins and demand deposit as well as saving deposit with the post office saving banks. These two M1 and M2 it is known as the narrow money. It is known as the narrow money. M3 and M4 are known as the broad money. That means M3 and M4 that means time deposit of the commercial banks that is given and the total deposit with the post office means overall total deposit in the post office and in the commercial and the cooperative banks that overall total which is invested by the public that is known as the broad money. So I hope so you would have understand this one. Let us move to the next one. Let us see about the currency symbol. Okay, so you all know this symbol. Now this is the new symbol only. Okay, so currency symbol. The new symbol designed by Udaya Kumar. So you may be having this symbol. Who is designed this one? It was designed by B. Udaya Kumar. Okay, so this person, this Udaya Kumar, he was a graduate, postgraduate of IIT Mumbai, and it was finally selected by the Union Cabinet on 15th July 2010. Okay, so this symbol it was selected by the Union Cabinet on on 15th July and it came to in the use on July, that means 15th July 2010. Okay, so the new symbol is an amalgamation of Devagiri, that means Ra and the Roman or without the stem. Okay, so this is the given the explanation of the new currency symbol R. Okay, okay, the symbol of India rupee came into use on 15th July 2010. That means I told you this rupees it came into the use in the public use on 15th July 2010. Afterwards only, after America, Britain, Japan, Europe, Union, India is the fifth country to accept a unique currency symbol. That means after that America, Britain, Japan, Europe, Union, these people say, these countries everything when they used, after India is the fifth country to accept a unique, that means our own unique currency symbol. That is given the explanation about the currency symbol. Now let us see about the determinants of the money supply. So currency deposit ratio, that means currency deposit ratio in the short form they have given CDR. It is the ratio of money held by the public in currency to that they hold in the bank deposit. That means the public, those who invest the money, the currency everything it is held in the bank deposit. Second one it is known as the reserve deposit ratio RDR. Reserve money consists of two things. That reserve money it is consists of two, it is given. So valued cash in banks and deposit of the commercial bank with RBI. Even though they used to deposit the money in the commercial bank, it comes into automatic to the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So third one is that cash reserve ratio CRR. It is the fraction of the deposit the bank must keep with RBI. That means whatever the public they deposit the money in the banks everything, they keep it in the Reserve Bank of India. So statutory liquid ratio SLR. It is a fraction of the total demand and the time deposit of the commercial bank in the form of specified liquid assist. So in this whatever their total they used to deposit everything, this one also it comes in the commercial bank. Okay, so this it is given for the determinants of the money supply. let us see about the types of inflation. So what is the inflation? In Tamil we say as an panavikam. So we are going to see about that only, what are the types in that. Okay, first one it is given about the creeping inflation, second one walking inflation, third running inflation, then galloping inflation or hyperinflation. So this one only, these four types only we are going to see it in the briefly, that means briefly let us see about it, what they have explained it. Okay, first one let us move to the creeping inflation. Creeping inflation is a slow moving and very mild. Okay, so in this process it is very slow moving and it is very mild also. The rise in the price will not be perceptible but spread over a long period. This type of inflation is no way dangerous to the economic. That means the creeping inflation what it is given, that one, it is a slow moving and mild process it is there. So in this there is no way danger to the economy. Okay, so this is also known as the mild inflation or moderate inflation. So let us see about the second one, walking inflation. When price rise moderately, the annual inflation rate is also single digit. That means 3% minus 9%. It is called walking or trolling inflation. That means in this one, when the price rises, no, when the product, the price, everything, if it is rises, the rate will be very moderate and the annual also only. So in this there will be the single digit only. That means 3 to 9% only. Okay. So this is known as the walking or trolling inflation. So running inflation, what is that? When price rises rapidly, like the running of your horse at a rate speed of 10% to 20% per annum, it is called running inflation. That means whatever the prices in the product runs very fast, the price rises very, increases very fast. So that one it is known as the running inflation. So galloping inflation or hyperinflation, let us see it one. Galloping inflation or hyperinflation point out the unmanageably highly inflation between the rate that run into 2 or 3 digit. By high inflation, the percentage of the same is almost 20% to 100% from an overall prescriptive. That means the rate it increases very fast and it is very danger to it is very danger to manage also. For example, if you invest the money in the share market, everything okay, when the price raises immediately it goes so high, and if it is the loss also means suddenly it will come a fall in that. So it is known as the galloping inflation also, otherwise as an hyperinflation also they say it. Okay, so now let us see about the demand pull versus cost pull inflation. Demand and the cost. Demand pull inflation. Demand and supply play a critical role in the deciding the inflation level in the society at all points of the time. Really, demand and supply, there is always relation between the demand and the supply. Where there is demand, then only there will be the supply for it. Okay. For instance, if the demand is high for your product and the supply is low, the price of the product increases. Really, if there is so much demand, it is for example now that sanitizer mask, if there is very demand for it and there is no supply at all, not that much supply, so that price of that maybe the mask and maybe the sanitizer, what it will be very high only, the rate will be very high. So cost pull inflation. When the cost of raw material and other input rises, inflation result. Increases in wage paid to the labor also led to the inflation. Cost pull inflation means what? When the cost of the raw materials, whatever materials is required to prepare any product, whatever the product may be, the material is required. For cloth, for dresses, everything means cloth is required. For paint means for that chemicals, everything is required. So whatever we used to produce means for everything the raw material is necessary. So if the raw material price is very high, that means the other input rises, inflation result. Real no. If the raw material is very high, means if from the uses of the raw material, then the labor prices will be raised also more. So then this everything, if the labor prices is more, if the raw materials is more, from this when they produce the product, means the product price will also be automatically more, not less. Okay. So let us see about the wage price spiral. Wage price period is used to explain the cause of the efforts relationship between the rising wages and rising price or inflation. That means now I explained about the when the raw materials is more means the wages means the labor money, it is everything, it will be also the more only. So let us see about the other types of inflation. First one, it is given about the currency inflation, credit inflation, defect induced inflation, profit induced inflation, scarcity reduced inflation, tax induced inflation. So let us see about it briefly. What is the currency inflation? The excess supply of money in circulation cause rise in the price level. That means there is excess supply, more supply of the money it is there and it is in the circulation itself. That means for moving for the product to purchase whatever raw materials, everything, that means it is everything when it is in flow, it is known as the currency inflation. Credit inflation, when banks are liberal and lending credit, the money supply increases and thereby rising prices. When the bank are liberal in lending credit, liberal means okay, a little bit it is there, means the money supply increases, the money will be more. Okay, if the bank also they didn't notice that much, means even they are liberal, means okay, little bit this one, and that means the money supply also it increases, then there will be money supply will be more, and thereby rising prices also will be more. Defect induced inflation. The defect budget is generally financed through printing of currency by the central bank. As a result, price rises. When the means the currency, when it is printed by the central bank, at that time what happened? The result, the price also rises for it. Okay. So profit induced inflation. When the firm aimed at a higher profit, they fix the price with the higher margin, so the price goes up. So when they firms at a higher project, when they fix in the mind for the project, it is very higher, means the price, then they higher margin means for the product, if they fix for the higher price, means automatically the price will go up. So what did we see today? We saw the supply of money, and then the meaning of the inflation and types of the inflation we saw. In that creeping we saw, then walking and running and collapsing we saw, then demand pull and cost pull inflation we saw. So I hope you would have understand this chapter thoroughly. Thank you children.